Does your God require you to double dip, to double down? Meaning, people of faith, people of religion, people who believe in a God, a doctrine, a holy book, along with believing in that specific God, of that specific religion, that specific doctrine, whatever it is, along with the requirement to believe in a God, they then believe in certain aspects, certain gifts, certain revelations, certain things on the periphery of that God, that God brings to them, allows to them, affords them. For instance, believing that all things are possible with God. You know, that everything is going to be all right with God. It requires, once again, double dipping. You first have to believe in a God, and then you have to believe in those things which are thought to be either impossible or highly difficult, or that bring about an empowerment to a person. You know, as if without that God, those things are unable to be believed in. And that's the thing. It's not the ability of those things to occur. It's just the fact of believing in those things. That one can't just bypass the middleman, if you will. That one can't just believe that all things are possible. That one just can't believe that everything is going to be all right. That there's a lack of those things occurring without the intervention of a God. And yet the difference between your God or whoever's God, if you don't believe in God, gods exist, or let me express to you and show you my God, is that my God doesn't need that double dipping. For my God being truth, truth speaks to the possibilities of things. Truth speaks to the difficulty of things. Truth speaks to that which is and that which isn't. And in my saying, well, I believe all things are possible, the truth speaks to the difficulty of things, and truth speaks to what impossible means. Truth speaks to the odds of the occurrence of certain things, and that can be spelled out in mathematical terms. The truth says that if you give certain situations enough time, enough occurrences, that it could happen. Truth speaks to such things. Truth says that you're having a bad day, and everybody has bad days, or most people have bad days, and then you have good days, and going through those bad days, as long as you stay strong and believe that it's going to get better, because ultimately it can get better. At the same time, it probably can get worse. I mean, what is the worst of the worst? Your death, the death of a close one, and even the death of a family member. Still another day of that. There can be some joy and happiness brought into your life. And even in death, what is the worst thing about death? You being killed. The fact is that we all die eventually. So why would one get caught up in one dying, say, prematurely, or of a act other than just a natural cause of dying because your body finally gave out? We're showing that death is ultimately imminent in some form or fashion, and yet in some form or fashion it shows that life is continuous and just keeps going. Life itself. Things die, but then they just may take another form. Life itself doesn't die. Things within the sea of life die, but the sea of life itself doesn't die. So on and so forth. So it doesn't require me to believe in truth to believe these things. Truth doesn't require me to believe in it. Truth is going to be there. And even just truth itself isn't a requirement of believing that there is such a thing as truth. The truth is you are watching this video. The truth is there will be a certain number of people who watch these videos, and the truth is there will be a certain number of people who do not watch this video. The truth is there will be people who will never hear my name. The truth is there are people who do know my name. The truth is people who know who I am, and the truth is people who don't. The truth is people who will understand the message which I bring, and the truth is there are people who won't. And it doesn't require me to believe in that because the truth is there. Does your God show itself to exist in such a way? Well, it can't. It can't. Because if your God showed itself completely and totally at all times, then all the other religions wouldn't exist. All the other religions exist. All the religions require the base function of believing. Wouldn't exist. One doesn't believe that Obama's president. One knows. Doesn't require belief. You know it. There's no debate. There's a belief. There can be debate in one saying such thing as, well, is he truly a citizen? Was his birth certificate forged? And is he a Muslim? Things of that nature. But one does not argue about the validity of him being president. The truth speaks it, and it is there, and everybody knows that. Why is your God missing in such a manner? My God is there. It's just people don't believe my God, and my God is right there. Everyone sees my God. It's just not everyone has a concept of that my God is God, and my God is standing there, right before your face. More readily accessible, more viewable than any other God. Than any other God is right there, right before your face. And people have grasped and held on to the power of belief in, but they have unjustly and correctly applied and used it. There is power in belief, but it must be applied correctly. This belief is in truth. For even if I were to tell you that I'm the president of the United States, well, it would take one's belief. Well, because one would say, well, no, you're not, because you haven't voted in. I said, it doesn't matter. Just believe that I'm president. If you believe that I am president, I will be president. And that could actually occur in the power itself. Because if I were to get enough people to believe that I was president, then it would occur. It would take the people in Congress to believe it.